Hi dear students, a warm welcome to learn poem from 8th Standard English book, Unit 3, Making Life Worthwhile, written by George Eliot. To go with the poet, George Eliot was the pen name used by Mary Ann Evans. She was born on 22nd November 1819 in United Kingdom. She was an English novelist, poet, journalist, translator, and one of the leading writers of the Victorian era. She was one of the most important writers of European fiction. She was known for the psychological depth of her characters and her descriptions of English rural life. She wrote 7 novels. Her major works included Adam Bede, The Mill on the Floss, Silas Marner, Middlemarch, and Daniel Deronda. Her masterpiece Middlemarch is not only a major social record but also one of the greatest novels in the history of fiction. Dear children, let us learn glossary to understand and appreciate the poem better. Grace, elegance, or charm. Aspiration, a hope or ambition of achieving something, desire or wish. Courage, bravery or valor. Gleam, shine brightly. Glimpse, glance or quick look. Worthwhile, valuable or purposeful. Heritage, inheritance. Let's go with the poem now. Making life worthwhile. Every soul that touches yours, be it the slightest contact, get there from some good. Some little grace, one kindly thought, one aspiration yet unfelt. One bit of courage for the darkening sky. One gleam of faith to brave the thickening ills of life. One glimpse of brighter skies to make this life worthwhile and heaven a surer heritage. George Eliot. Making life worthwhile, which means making life a valuable or purposeful one. Dear children, human life on this earth is very short, like 80 years, 70 years or 60 years, etc. But we believe a life beyond this one, which is eternal or everlasting. Everyone here on earth strives to achieve that valuable inherited property through good deeds. That inherited eternal property is none other than the heaven. Here, in this poem, the poet reveals us some ways and means to achieve or to arrive to that heaven. Let's go with the poem's lines. Every soul that touches yours, be it the slightest contact, get there from some good. Here the poet says that we should learn the good from every soul that touches our heart. It may be the slightest contact, which means we need to learn good things from everyone we meet, listen, or come in contact through various ways like listening the speech or program on TV, radio, etc. or any other social medias. Not only from human but also from other beings, because there are many animals being an example for gratitude, faithfulness and activeness. Not only the animals but also plants and trees show us selfless service without expecting anything from us. So we need to pick up only good from everything that we come across. Moving to next 2 lines. Some little grace, one kindly thought, one aspiration yet unfelt. Here the poet says we should have some or little grace, which means charm, and kind thought or a hope and an ambition of achieving a desire. Moving to the next 2 lines. One bit of courage for the darkening sky. In these two lines, the poet says that we need to have bravery, or we need to take a bit of courage to overcome the difficulties to step into the darkening world, because life won't have always a brighter side. There will surely be times for success and failure. We should develop the courage to overcome the dark part of life. The next two lines, one gleam of faith to brave the thickening ills of life. Here, the poet reveals us the truth that we need to have a faith that shines brightly to face the evils, obstacles, and failures of life. Let's learn the last three lines of the poem. One glimpse of brighter skies to make this life worthwhile, and heaven a surer heritage. These lines tell us that a quick look at the brighter, successful, and positive side will make a life valuable, and then surely heaven would be our inherited property. Dear children, let us summarize the poem now. The poet wishes that we should learn the good from every soul that touches our heart. A little charm, kind thought, a hope, or an ambition of achieving a desire, and a bit of courage is needed to step into the darkening world. Brightly shining face, which is strong faith, is needed to face the evils or the obstacles of life. And at last, a quick look at the brighter side of our life will make our life valuable. Then surely we will inherit the eternal property, heaven. Let's now go with the poetic devices. Number 1, alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of the same consonant letters or similar sounds at the beginning of words in a set. Here in this poem, we see alliteration in the third line, get, good. And the last line, and heaven a surer heritage. Heaven, heritage. Number 2, repetition. Repetition is a literary device that repeats the same words or phrases a few times to make an idea clearer and more memorable. It is used to emphasize a feeling or idea, create rhythm, and bring attention to an idea. Here the poet has used the word one, like one aspiration yet unfelt, one bit of courage, one gleam of faith, one glimpse of brighter skies. One is being repeated to make an emphasis. So dear children, it is a memory poem. Read the poem repeatedly and memorize it. Study well. Happy learning. Thank you.